I'm driving down a two-way street and it's raining. It's raining hard. I can barely see, so I'm driving slow, 20 miles per hour. There's nothing to my left, there's nothing to my right. I hydroplane. I bounce off the curb to my right and end up in oncoming traffic on my left. I have a head-on collision with a tow truck. My car goes under it. I'm alert and awake the whole time. I remember the sound, I remember the smell of the airbag. I have my friend to the right of me who doesn't have a seatbelt on. He hit his head. I see a little blood. I ask him, is he okay? He responds, yes, but you can tell he's disorientated. He climbs out the sunroof. I look to my left and I see people outside my door and I'm saying, help me, help me. They can't open my door. They can't get in from the right side. I start to cry, but a cry from the inside. I feel tears starting to come down my face. I look at my arm and I know it's broken. I touch my leg and I know it's broken. A stranger climbs into my car from the sunroof. He gets my phone. Press 2 and my mother answers. I immediately begin to break down in tears and tell her all what's going on. He takes my phone, he talks to my mother and gets out the car. He peeks back in to say the paramedics are on their way. The fire truck, I can hear the sirens, I can hear the horns. They bust in the right side of the car, but they can't get me out. My seatbelt's stuck. They cut the seatbelt off. I can't get out the car. My leg is broke, my arm is broke. I know for sure. They use the jaws of life to get me out the car. Cutting from the front, cutting from the sides. I get out. I'm in the ambulance. And I ask the paramedic, is my insurance gonna go up after this? He says that should be the last of your worries. Once I've been through something and I'm gonna be okay, I always look at the end, right? The end in mind. And at that point, I needed a good laugh to myself. They start pumping me with meds and I start feeling less pain. They're running CAT scans and I remember hearing them in the passing of, oh, her leg's broken. Oh, her arm is broken. Well, look at this gash on the leg, not knowing it's literally busted open to the white meat. My toes are broken. My ankle's fractured. No internal injuries. They don't know how I made it out alive. That was supposed to be a fatal car accident. I'm in the hospital for a month, trying to learn how to walk again, trying to learn how to put on my shoes and these different contraptions on my foot and on my ankle and what I have to do with my arm because I can't walk, I can't move my left arm, how I have to put on my socks, these crazy things I have to wear that usually old people wear that I have. I have a walker and I'm only 18. I get home and I feel helpless. I feel stuck. I'm asking God, why me? I'm only 18. What have I done so bad? Typical 18-year-old out doing things they probably shouldn't do. But hey, I work for the school district. I try to impact lives of child. I'm going to school. I want to be a nurse. Why? Why me? Why now? Why did I live? I was hurt. I didn't want anybody to do anything for me. I've always been so independent, and the thought of having to need someone, having to rely on someone, I felt like I was going to get let down. And I only spoke those things into existence. My brother and sister about 4 or 5 years under me being 18, them being in middle school. They're not going to want to go ahead and empty out the commode, the bedside commode I have. They're going to get an attitude when I ask them to do it. And sometimes, yes, they did. I can't get up to make my own food. Can I just get up to make a salad? Can I go to Walmart and ride around in the cart? Can I take this walker I have and put tennis balls at the end of it to make it glide more smoothly? But I don't want to seem like I'm so old, so I buy SpongeBob tennis balls and put at the end of my walker so I feel like it's a little bit youthful for an 18-year-old. Occupational therapy, aqua therapy, physical therapy. Why am I going through all this? We're on our way to church one morning. My mom, my dad, my brother, and my sister. I have to ride in the front because my arm is broke, my leg is broke. I have these special contraptions on my right ankle and this special shoe on my left, and I have this cast on my arm, and I can't fit in the back. I don't want anybody to talk to me. I'm just ignoring everybody, and my parents are yelling at me and asking, why do I have that attitude? Why am I being so evil? Why am I being so evil? Doing about 65 or 70 on the freeway, I open the car door. My mother swerves, and I'm still in the car. I forgot to take my seatbelt off. We get off the freeway, we pull over. My mother is crying. My brother and the sister were crying. My mom is asking me, why did I do that? My dad gets out the car and just starts shaking me and asking me and hitting me, asking me, what are you doing? Why? Why? Why are you trying to end your life? And I just cried and said, I'm done. I can't take it anymore. We get back in the car and proceed on to church because somebody, I guess, saw him and called the police. So we immediately left. We go to the parking lot right next to the door to the church, was the gas station. Just so happened my parents needed gas. Church is almost over because we were already late, as usual. They gave me these pain meds to take. Hydrocodone. I popped one, I popped two. The normal dosage one, but I popped two. Begin to pop a third, and then I wait. Something tells me don't do it. My mom gets back in the car and looks at me and says, are you serious? Do I need to take you to emergency to pump your stomach? I said, no. I have an attitude. I'm mad. What are you doing? She asked, and I just says, I'm done. And I just cried. Church is over, and we go to the back, and we talk to pastor, and he prays over us, and we go home and try to act like it never happened. I try to suppress it out of my memory and just try to take everything day by day. In 5 years, they told me that I would have to fuse my ankle and heel bone together, and almost 5 years to the date, I need surgery. I'm in a downward spiral. It feels my relationship isn't going well, and the job I'm currently in is not going the way I wanted to, and I'm having problems. I can't stand long enough to wash the dishes. I can't go shopping at the mall. I can't do the things that a normal person at my age could do and would do. I'm stuck again. I want to end my life again. This time I want to wrap myself around the pole and just end it. And next comes and finds out what I'm doing and calls, and next thing you know, I'm in emergency, and they're running different tests and asking me, am I okay to go home? Do I want to harm myself, tempt myself or others? And they send me to a psychiatrist, a counselor, a therapist. I begin to talk through my problems, and it helps. It helps to release. A couple years later, it's now 2013, and I realize everything I've been through up until that point was meant for me to help somebody else. Everything that I've gone through was meant to bring somebody out of their situation. Every test I've been through is all part of my testimony. Who I am today is all because of what I went through, and it did not define me. It made me who I am today. It made me and enabled me to reach out to those who were going through similar issues. And now that I know that when I go through things, it's not because I'm doing it for me, it's to help someone else. I have a different mindset. I have a different outlook. I no longer ask why, I say thank you. Say, okay, God, I'm no longer asking why you put me in this situation. I'm saying, okay, whose life do I need to change? I know my mission. I know my purpose. It may have took some years, but I'm still standing. I still made it through. I'm still here.